Hey guys, welcome back to Fishing Tackle Channel. Today I wanted to go over all the fishing spots, the head boats that I would like to introduce you to. So from Delaware, there are two boats that I would recommend. One is off Fisherman's Wharf. They do have 8 hours, 10 hours, half day fishing, but I am introducing you to mostly full day fishing. So Fisherman's Wharf is probably the best choice if you don't want to drive that extra 30 minutes to other places. Your drive would be around 2 hours, give and take, depending on how fast you drive to Delaware. And it's Lewis, Delaware, and they have an ample parking lot. There is no public restroom. They do have a porta potty there, so just keep that in mind before you get there. Use if you need to use the restroom, and you want a public restroom, go to a gas station or something like that. Inside the boat, they do have men and women's bathroom, but again, it's not among all the boats. I think this boat probably isn't the best one. I wouldn't say it's disgusting or anything. It's just they don't. I can't remember. They've had soaps before, but they don't have soaps. The water sometimes doesn't run on the sink, so just keep that in mind. You could always call and ask. That may have changed. They may have upgraded it. So keep that in mind when you go fishing. The price is a little bit higher in Delaware. Half days like $55, but the kids' prices are higher. But they do provide good baits, like high quality baits. So it's not a bad trip. The trick for Fisherman's Wharf, but it's also a gamble. You there right before Christmas, there's a Christmas special where you could buy like advanced tickets for the whole year, whether it's 5 or 10, and you could buy them for like $80 per ticket. So you're getting a heavy discount. So just keep that in mind. Overall, I've limited many times on this boat, but the consistency could be an issue if you ask people. But that's fishing, right? But if you want consistency, want to take friends, first-time fishermen, to ensure that they're catching fish here, that could be an issue. So keep that in mind when you decide to go here. Another fishing boat in Delaware, which is in Rehoboth, about 20-30 minutes farther down from Lewis, Delaware. Fisherman's Wharf is Judy v. Captain Bob. So Judy v is primarily a half-day boat, and Captain Bob is a smaller boat, and it's a full-day fishing. And when we, again, going back to full day fishing, full day fishing is around 8 to 12 hours, depending on what time of the season. And 8 hours could, and it costs a little bit more to go 10, 12 hours, obviously. So keep that in mind when you book it. Call them and they'll tell you. Judy V is half day, but in the winter when it gets cold, they do, and then the summer season's over, they may switch over to Judy V to be the full day boat. The captain's awesome, Captain Chris, and deckhand right now Will is also very helpful. So my daughter's favorite place to fish is at Judy v. Captain Bob's. You could just Google it and you could check him out. They have Facebook and Instagram, but they do charge you a little bit more. It's comparable to Fisherman's Wharf, but they do. I think Captain Bob provides the most premium baits for fishing. They give you shiner as well as fresh and salted clams, and either or I think, and also squid strips. So they give them all. You have every bait that you need. You don't have to buy any bait. So you get what you pay for, right? So I highly recommend them. I've had many limits and I've had success, and especially on Captain Bob because it's a smaller boat. You're almost like on a charter boat. So the Captain Chris will be able to drift over and over much faster and easier. So that's a pro for picking Captain Bob. Moving on to Ocean City, there's anglers. I believe they have some kind of a mechanical issue, but this boat gets packed. If you don't want to fish in a shoulder to shoulder packed boat, avoid it or go on the weekdays. That's all I have to say. But the captain will consistently get you on fish. So if you're a first time fisherman, this is probably the best place, one of the best places to go. The prices in Ocean City is much lower. I think with inflation, it went up a little bit, but you will pay for 8 hour fishing for about $85 with tax, give and take. And the baits are limited too. Sometimes they do give both squid and clam, sometimes just clam, but they're not. You're not going to get all three shiners, or like when you're flounder fishing on Captain Bob, they give you flounder strips sometimes and other like cut baits, but not on anglers. If I'm wrong, just let me know. Leave a comment on here. But I highly recommend it if you're a tourist. I think it's a good place to go fishing. Let me see. Let's go down to Bahia Marina, Miss Kathleen. This is a fairly new boat. If you remember Judith M., there were some struggles, I think, because of the ownership trying to do the way they wanted to do. So but now with the new ownership owned by Bahia Marina, Miss Kathleen, captain by, I believe, Captain Walt and Captain Eric, and then they're very cool, and I believe they have all the freedom to get the boat on the fish and have a lot more flexibility with the new ownership here. So go check him out. This boat is huge, and you're going to get a lot of shoulder room. I guess the only complaint, I mean, you have to know they are very deep in the harbor, so it does take 20 minutes at least to get out to the ocean, get out of the bay. But I believe by end of this year, they're supposedly putting a faster engine on there. So next year, most definitely a place to look out for. So go book him and check him out. See, Ocean Princess. This is another very family friendly. So this is the only boat that really they organized it in a way where you're not allowed smoking. So like other boats, there's going to just, if you have kids, people are going to smoke left and right. Cigar smokers, they don't care. They're just going to smoke in front of you, like a chain smokers, right? But here, Ocean Princess, they constantly, the captain and they can remind people to smoke upstairs. So you have to go upstairs to smoke. So it's kind of, if you are very sensitive to cigarette smells or like cigars, then Ocean Princess it's a place to go. And they have the cleanest bathroom, I think. So, and they're supposed to be the fastest boat. So they go out to go fishing probably faster than any of the boat I'm introducing you to today. So that means faster you go out, longer time to fish. I think that's the key. And the captain is very active. If there's not enough people fishing, he'll throw in his bait too to check it for himself, and then we'll move the spot, and he'll redrift constantly over and over. Very active. Deckhand is awesome too. The last boat I think here is it's almost like a charter. So they limit it to like 18 people, and Morningstar is like well known. If you don't know about this boat, it is a little bit pricey, but you get what you pay for, right? They do provide premium baits. The deckhands are very attentive. The captain is very attentive too. And I believe the captain owns the boat, so he will choose to stay out there extra 2-3 hours if he needs to. So keep in mind that 8 hour could be 10, 12, 11 hour trips as well. And that goes for other boats too. I believe every boat I've been on, if you're not catching boat, they're not going to stop and then return, right? They're going to, if the things get hot, they will stay out there for hours. And every boat, I think I've been out there at least an hour longer or longer, when things are getting hot or if people are not catching enough fish. But Morningstar, you're going to pay most, but you're going to have plenty. You're going to have your own spot, reserved spot. The bathroom's clean. Just overall, it's like getting on a charter boat, but a little bit bigger. And you get big jumbo fish too. So if you want to go with the family and you want to pay a little bit more to ensure you get a fish and have plenty of leg and shoulder room, Morningstar's the place to go. But overall, all the fishing places are great. If you have more questions, leave a comment. And also, if you've been to them, what was your best experience on which boats? Leave a comment and make sure to like this video, and I'll talk to you guys later.